The Social Security reset button most people don't know about. If you've already started your Social Security and you're watching this thinking, uh-oh, did I move too fast? Did I make a mistake? Was I totally informed on how I'm going to utilize Social Security? There's something that most people don't know. You actually have a reset button, and almost no one talks about it. Hi, if we haven't met yet, my name is Jonathan Bednar. I'm a certified financial planner, co-owner of Paradigm Wealth Partners here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we specialize in retirement planning for families who want clarity and confidence around their income decisions. I've worked with hundreds of retirees and pre-retirees, and I can tell you this, Social Security isn't just a government benefit. For most people, it's one of the largest guaranteed income streams they'll ever receive, which means small decisions can create very large lifetime consequences. And that's exactly why this reset option is important. This little known Social Security do-over, let's talk about this. Here's how it works. If you claim Social Security within the past 12 months, you have an option to withdraw your application. It's called a withdrawal of application. And what that means is you can undo your decision completely. It's like it never happened. A mulligan, a do-over, a complete restart on your Social Security decision. So how does it work? First, you must repay every dollar you received. That includes the benefit paid to you, benefits paid to a spouse on your record, taxes that were withheld, Medicare premiums that were deducted. Everything goes back. And once it's repaid, your record resets. You can then choose to claim later, potentially at a higher benefit amount. So why does this matter? Let's say someone claimed at 62. The benefit is, $2,000 a month. And 6 months later, they realize, I don't actually need this money. I'm still working, or my portfolio's strong. Maybe they're wondering if they're going to regret locking in early and taking a permanent haircut on that benefit. So instead of being stuck with a permanently reduced benefit, they could repay what they've received and restart the clock. If they wait until 67 or even 70, that benefit could grow significantly, sometimes by hundreds of dollars per month. Over a 20 or 30 year time frame, that could mean tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars difference. And remember, this just isn't about your benefit. It can also affect a surviving spouse's income, lifetime tax strategy, how much pressure you put on your portfolio, or even your overall retirement confidence. There's a catch. There's always a catch. You can only do this once in your lifetime, and it must be done within 12 months of first claiming. After that window closes, there is no reset. You're locked in, except for one other strategy we'll talk about in a minute. Why most people don't know this? Because when people claim Social Security, they assume it's permanent, and technically it usually is. Most advisors don't proactively explain the withdrawal option unless there's a clear reason to. But I've had these conversations with families who filed early, then circumstances change. A spouse decides to keep working. A health scare turned out to be minor. Maybe markets recovered faster than you anticipated. Or you simply realized that they were emotionally reacting instead of actually sitting down and planning what was best for their retirement benefit. And knowing this option existed gave them clarity. Even if they chose not to use it, just understanding they weren't trapped reduced their stress. So when does this make sense? This is not something to do casually. You need liquidity to pay these benefits. You need to run the math. You need to evaluate your longevity, your cash flow needs, your tax impact, survivor benefits, a portfolio withdrawal strategy. All of these things are important in how you would use this reset button, or if you even decide to use the reset button. But if you're inside the 12-month window and having second thoughts, you're not automatically stuck. That alone gives people peace of mind. If this is helpful, if you find this kind of breakdown insightful. We're not just talking theory, but real retirement income decisions. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Each week, I share practical, straightforward retirement planning guidance designed to help you avoid expensive mistakes and make confident retirement decisions. One important distinction now: if you're outside of that 12-month window, you can't fully withdraw. But there is one other strategy called a voluntary suspension that once you reach full retirement age, and that can still increase your benefit moving forward. We'll cover that now because even if you missed the reset button, you might not be totally out of options. Remember, the biggest Social Security mistakes aren't made because people are careless. They're made because people don't know the rules. The more you understand the rules, the more control you have. Retirement feels very different when you know you're making intentional decisions and not, permanent mistakes, fast decisions that aren't planned for. If you'd like help walking through your specific situation, especially if you're within that 12-month window, we can run the numbers and evaluate whether a reset makes sense for you. There's a link below in the description where you can schedule a conversation directly with me at Paradigm Wealth Partners. Retirement income decisions are vitally important, and you should not take a guess on them. Let's make sure that you get this right. Be confident in your retirement. Have a wonderful day.